Alright guys, here I go starting at the hour of Mercury. Mercury retrograde in Aries. Alright, so I did a reading for Leo. Let's see what we have now. Sag. With Gemini in the 7th and Neptune energy there. Alright, so Sagittarius. And Neptune is in Pisces, 4th house energy. Alright. So I'm seeing the 1st, the 4th, and the 7th. All cardinal energies. Of course. Full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. You want to know something that's crazy? Right before the beginning of 2024, we experienced the last full moon, and it was in Cancer. Right? Obviously, Capricorn season. I believe that full moon, was it prior to or after? Hold on a second. Okay, it was after Christmas. It was the day after Christmas. Chiron was retrograde throughout all of, like, I'm pretty sure, let me see, let me go back. Chiron went retrograde on July 23rd in Aries. Alright. And at the end of the year, it went direct. The same day that the full moon in Cancer happened. I don't know if this energy having to do with, like, this first quarter moon being in Cancer, pertaining to back when that full moon happened in Cancer with Chiron going direct, right? Chiron obviously a focus right now because it is in Aries, right? It's squaring over to this Cancer energy. I don't know, something about some sort of personal issue reaching resolution. All right. Sag, Gemini, Pisces, all mutable energy. Okay. Whereas we just had a focus on cardinal. Interesting. Now, although I said cardinal houses doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not speaking about mutable signs. Let's make that clear. Okay. There is a difference. Let's see what else. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It has something to do with the North Node. Alright. This one says step out of your comfort zone. So obviously Cancer's energy, it does rule the 4th house. It'll say, okay, you know, you're too comfortable here. You need to just hop out of there. Like, step into your destiny. So, what is this? With the new moon in Taurus, you'll find out. That happens on May 7th. Yeah, May 7th. Prosperity lies ahead. All right. And a fiery climax approaches with the full moon in Aries. Interesting. That doesn't happen until Libra season this year. Let's take a look. October 17th. That will happen after the new moon solar eclipse in Libra, by the way. As we just experienced the whole new moon in Aries solar eclipse, on the opposite side of that is the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, where the transition will start taking place. We spoke about this. And then it's going to be the new moon solar eclipse in Libra with this full moon in Aries. Alright. I don't know. I see two cardinal energy here. Full moon Cancer, full moon Aries. Alright, one in the winter, one in the fall. Could be significant. And then there's that full moon in Scorpio, which is coming up. Alright, Spirit just said Mars. Okay. Full moon Aries, full moon Scorpio, and Mars. Mars' energy. Alright. Time to release negativity. A fire climax approaches. Prosperity lies ahead. Stepping out of your comfort zone and a personal issue reaching resolution. Okay. Down on the bottom of the deck is New Moon in Pisces with meditating, contemplate. She's kind of giving me like the energy of meditation. So cardinal and fixed energies here. Cancer, North Node in Aries, full moon Aries, new moon Taurus, and then full moon Scorpio. All right. Let's just do cardinal fixed. We are speaking about Sun, Moon, Rising, Sag. Now, these energies and where they take place specifically for Sag. Let's pull up the yearly. I did like a whole timeline of this year and what's going to be happening and what house and what transits will be happening at that time. All right, give me a second. Let me pull 2024 Sag. All right. I feel like I think I went through and spoke about this, all right, and how Venus doesn't retrograde this year, whereas last year we had the retrograde in Leo, all right, with Venus's energy. Interesting. But Mars does retrograde this year, whereas Mars didn't retrograde last year. That could be of significance. I don't know why I want to say that, but I do. I want to say that. All right. What are we speaking about here? Cancer and Aries. Let me pull up these areas in Sag chart. Okay. So Aries would be 5th house. All right, where the North Node is in Aries at this time. All right, we experienced the solar eclipse that happened on April 8th. All right, we just spoke about the full moon in Aries happening on October 17th. And we are currently within this Aries energy, the Mercury retrograde, okay, where its pre-shadow started at 15 degrees, went all the way up to 27 degrees, and now it's in retrograde, moving back down to 15 degrees direct. All right, and then its post-shadow period will end back at 27 degrees, okay, which will happen on May, looks like 13th or the 14th of 2024. All right, so that's what's happening in Aries for you right now, literally for the remaining of the year, okay? That's the only most important thing happening in Aries, in your 5th house, Sag, all right? Then, Cancer, let's look at it, which is in your 8th house, all right? The new moon in Cancer happens on July 5th. We were speaking about the energy of the full moon in Cancer, all right? I don't think I put that in here. Take a look, though. That's going to happen Capricorn season. So maybe that's starting in 2025. Maybe that's why I didn't put it in. Hold on. I'll take a look. Yep, that's the reason why. Because it happens January 13th of 2025. I didn't put it into 2024. Okay. Let's jump back. All right. So that means that, oh, I see. Okay. As I spoke about Mars going, that's why Spirit said mention that. Hello. Okay. Mars will be going retrograde this year. All right. Happens to be in the sign of Cancer. Okay. So Mars goes out of bounds as well in Cancer from September 7th through September 17th, which is interesting. Okay, hold on, guys. Mars is the planet that speaks about desire, drive, energy, sexuality, aggression, survival, your animal instincts, all right? They tend to be out of control at this time. It's going to be feel stretched or over the top, all right? Meaning that you're going to be acting out of character within the 8th house. So, Sag, when it comes to the energy of a transformation, that's what we're speaking about. If it's pertaining to you having sex, that's what we're speaking about, okay? Mars in Cancer in your 8th house of sex and your deep emotional feelings, that's where your action is going to be happening. Starting September 7th through the 17th is when Mars is out of bounds, meaning September 7th, that's Virgo season. All right. What happens around that time? September 1st, I believe we have Uranus that goes retrograde and Pluto that goes retrograde on the same day. Yes. Okay. So we're speaking about Aquarius and Taurus retrograde. All right. Actually, I'm sorry. Pluto will be retrograde in Aquarius, but it will enter Capricorn on the 1st. Uranus will join retrograde with Pluto. All right. Listen, Mars enters Cancer on the 4th. Okay, on the 4th of September. From the 7th through the 17th, it will be out of bounds. Meaning, Sag, for you in your 8th house, high sex drive, whatever you desire, your deep emotional feelings, having to face your fears, all of that is going to be called upon. All right. What did I just say happens on September 17th? It's the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. That's the energy of your 4th house. Meaning that full moons bring completions. Something can be completed in your 4th house, all right, of home. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this means. I'm just giving you what I got. What Spirit is telling me to look at. And what the information that I have here. All right. But the whole Mars retrograde phase, the pre-shadow period starts on October 4th of 2024. All right. The actual retrograde doesn't happen up until it hits Leo energy. Obviously, your 9th house, right? That's going to be on December 6th. All right, so it will go from Cancer at 17 degrees, right, where the pre-shadow period starts. It will retrograde back down to 6 degrees. And then it will go direct in February of 2025. All right, back to 17 degrees. Okay. I'm sorry, it will go back direct at 17 degrees, back down to 5 degrees. I'm confusing myself, but I know what I'm trying to say. In between 2024 and 2025, Mars will go retrograde in your 8th and 9th houses. Transformation and spirituality. Let's leave it at that. All right? Because I don't want to confuse anybody. It's like I understand it, but you guys don't. But what's of significance here and why I said Mars being out of bounds from the 7th through the 17th is significant, because during that time that Mars' desire for sex drive and high, like on the whole aggression, survival, and all of that things, you're going to feel like out of bounds with it. You're going to be feeling like out of control when it comes to a transformation. You're probably not going to want to agree with what's happening. All right, there's going to be a focus on the home environment. All right, something coming to completion there with the full moon in Pisces happening. It's your 4th house, okay? And it looks like this is going to be a whole back and forth thing with the Mars going from the 8th house to the 9th house, going pre-shadow to direct. I mean, pre-shadow, retrograde to direct, and then post-shadow between these two houses. All right. So we're speaking about if this is Cancer and then Leo, this is your 8th and 9th houses. I feel like you will be going through a spiritual ascension somehow, with the completion of something happening in your home environment. Let me just take a look at something, guys. I have to look at this. Where is North Node enters Pisces on January 11th of 2025. Pisces, I just said, was your 4th house. So when it pertains to you stepping out of your comfort zone, you could be called to move. Okay. Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus for you, Sag, pertaining to the energy of your 6th house. You could be called to change what you do for work. You could be called to focus more so on your health. All right. Neptune is going to be moving out of your 4th house. And Neptune is going to be entering Aries. What date is that? It doesn't give me an exact date. I just put 2025. Let me look for it because I can. Okay. It's a big deal too. Saturn's moving into your 5th house as well. So Saturn is structure, discipline, authority, responsibility when it comes to things in which you find to be having fun. If you want to be having love affairs on the side, it will affect your home environment. That type of shit. Okay? Just saying. What the hell is... Alright guys, hold on. Is this 2024 or 2025? Oh, I'm in 2024. Hold on. Hold the phone. I love it. Alright, so I don't know, you guys. I'm getting February 7th could be significant. That is during Aquarius season. Neptune conjunct the North Node in Pisces. Guess what time it happens? At 1:11 a.m. 2 and 7, February 7th. Don't mind me. I'm taking note here. All right, Sag. 2 and 7. That is the house of finances, the house of relationships pertaining to Venus's energy. All right. Venus will then be in Aries at that time because it steps in on February 4th. But Neptune conjunct the North Node in Pisces. This all has to do with your house of home. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Neptune wants you to utilize the energy of your imagination. The house of home could also speak about tuning into your intuition and healing your inner child. All right. So what I'm getting here is, Sag, this year could be significant with you going on a spiritual journey without you even knowing that it's coming. Mars is very fast-moving energy. Although the planet moves slow, okay, more slower than Mercury and Venus, obviously, but I feel it will be of significance pertaining to the changes that are going to be happening within your house of sex and your deep emotional feelings and facing fears, and the house of spirituality. Okay? Whatever is happening here is getting you ready for your career. That's what I'm saying. That would be for you, Virgo, in the 10th. And that's where the South Node will be, starting 2025, which is going to have you face your karmic challenges from your past life and tap into a natural gift. Just saying. Gemini in the 7th, Neptune. Let's just keep going. That took me deep into what I was seeing here with the energy of the moon. All right. Moon cycles mean something. They point out things that you need to see. All right. Whereas the initiation and where Mars is taking place in Cancer this year, within the 8th and the 9th houses specifically for you, has to do with whatever this time frame is. All right. That full moon in Aries, that's going to happen on October 17th. Where the North Node takes place, when we step into the North Node in Pisces, pertaining to the energy of your 4th house. Yeah. All right. And then that full moon in Cancer that takes place on January 13th of 2025. There's major changes coming in for you. All right. Major. Now, as new moon in Taurus is here with the full moon in Scorpio, this is pointing out the energy of the 6th and the 12th houses for you. All right. The biggest deal this year for you, Sag, is where Jupiter steps into your 7th house, where there's going to be an expansion of possibility of new relationships, romantic, platonic, work, whatever. All right, partnerships pertaining to contracts. Okay. Neptune being of significance, and Neptune right now is in Pisces in your 4th house. Jupiter and Neptune rule both what? Pisces. Subconsciously, let's say your psychic abilities will be heightened and you will be very intuitive. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. Now, the whole full moon in Scorpio wants you to release negativity. Let's pull just on that energy. What do I want to pull here? Let's do some modern witch tarot. Okay? I'm feeling this deck right now. Okay. That was a whole 20 minutes of explaining I don't know what, but it's coming. Okay? Just remember Jazz told you. Okay? Remember Jazz said, what? I said Pisces was going to be of significance. It was on the bottom of the deck there. Alright? But that's what I was saying. Spirit said go back and check your notes. And I did. That's what came up. Alright, there's the Death card. Alright, so there's going to be an ending to a specific cycle for you. Alright, with this full moon in Scorpio. That's Mars and Pluto energy. Alright, Mars right now is in Pisces in your 4th. Pluto is in Aquarius in your 3rd house. Alright, let's see. Okay. King of Wands, that's you. So what's happening here, and the challenge for you is that you're meant to step into a position of leadership. What's your goal here? To transition the energy. Alright. To move into calmer shores. Listen, if you... okay. If you've been dealing with difficulties pertaining to ways of escape, when I see Neptune in your 4th house, you could be wanting to more so, I don't want to say go into isolation, but that could be where you're spending a lot more time at home. Alright, you could be drinking a lot. Okay. Jupiter right now being in your 6th house, you could be traveling for work. Alright. Again, I'm seeing in the near future, you could be moving on from something. And if it's pertaining to transformation, this has to do with, again, you going through like the dark night of the soul energy. So that what's being released is actually purifying the energy of your soul. I'm not even kidding. There's a specific issue that you have in which is going to reach resolution. You're meant to step into your North Node purpose, all right, having to do with this whole Pisces thing. That's what we're looking at. It's in Aries right now. All right, so we're talking about your 5th house energy right now. And where you're having fun and being creative and possibly just focusing in on the lighter side of life before the actual transition takes place. Have fun while you can, okay? Just saying. Have fun while you can. All right, let's look at the past. Something prosperous is coming in for you, and it pertains to you releasing some sort of negativity in your life. And that could be in whichever way you're trying to escape. That's what I'm getting. What do we have for the past for Sag? 8 of Pentacles. I'm telling you. What's happening here is that there was a heavy focus on work. Work, and how you were being of service to other people. supporting other people, doing this, doing that for other people. Whereas you're going to be called to focus in on yourself. All right. This is what it's given me. Working hard for the benefit of others. That's what it's given me. Why? Because Mars is in Pisces at this time for you. This is Mars. All right. Pisces is your 4th house. All right. I'm seeing, again, Taurus. And I'm also seeing Virgo. Taurus being in your house of work. Ruled by Virgo. The 6th house. Okay. And Virgo specifically for you in your 10th house of your career. You're meant to build a business right now. You're meant to have something very sustainable long term. All right, but I see you working hard for the benefit of gifting others your hard work. All right, so maybe what's going to happen and what's going to align you is when you step into the North Node in Pisces, where there's going to be more so comfort focused in on home. You could be moving. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, just be careful with Spirit said be careful with the challenges that you're dealing with right now, because I just looked at the 5 of Wands. The choices that you make right now are going to be significant. All right. You're going to have a lot of people trying to cause some sort of challenges for you. Or it can feel very challenging from now till then. So when this whole transition happens for you. Because that's the overall goal, is the 6 of Swords, is the transition. What's this 5 of Wands about? Negative attachments. The challenge could be the codependency that you have on anything toxic. Again, I mentioned drinking. This could be alcohol, drugs, overeating, not wanting to step out into the real world, not wanting to deal with, everyday life experiences. This could be, keeping yourself in isolation, focused on whatever it is that your escape is. Okay? What's the future hold for Sag? Jupiter and Gemini. I just said that. Jupiter will step into Gemini in May of 2024. And then the 8 of Swords pops out. Alright. Tell me more. Jupiter and Gemini at its detriment, by the way. Well, because Jupiter is your ruling sign, Sag, and it sits in your opposing energy in your 7th house. So it will always be a confrontation, some sort of battle happening there. 5 of Cups is the energy of regret, of sorrow, of, discontent energies emotionally, and then mentally being pretty much out of it. Okay. Any more? 10 of Pentacles. You know why? Whatever it is that your creativity calls for, whatever the challenge was, that King of Wands energy, and where you were meant to step into the energy of leadership, it was offered to you here in the past with the Emperor, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. But you chose to put others before you. So now you're dealing with the challenges of that. And in the future, it's going to feel that you have self-sabotaged yourself, that you're in the energy of regret. But in all actuality, 10 of Pentacles with the 6 of Wands to the Page of Wands, whatever it is that you start new, as you have chose to release the negativity and focus on whatever prosperity lies ahead for you, it's bringing in your abundance. And you will be publicly known. 6 of Wands energy. Alright? You will be publicly known for whatever new project you start. But I feel it's because of the process that you had to go through in order to get there. I hope I made sense. Alright? Let's look overall at what you have going on and how others see you at this time. Yeah. Again, you are the wounded warrior. All right, you're like nonstop. You keep going. You don't go vacation my ass, like, you know what I mean? You could be really focused on whatever this hobby is for you, but this is you. It's like emotionally you're tired. Emotionally and physically you're tired. Or at least getting to the point where it's like, I want to give up, but you don't give up. You just keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. All right. What's the environment around Sag? What's being pointed out here? I don't know if that was in reverse or it fell this way when I picked it up. It was like this. This is the Hangman. So the environment is you coming up out of the energy of feeling held back, feeling overly attached to something. All right. You have now, before looking to gain a different perspective, you have now gained a different perspective on life. Okay. Three of Pentacles. You found something that you absolutely love to do. And no, it's not porno, okay? This deck is a little explicit, so don't start with me, guys. All right. You could be up late at night studying things. Like, it's more so what you love to do pertains to you associating with people that share great ideas is what I'm getting. All right. Because this energy is Mars and Gemini. Mars and Gemini is like, you could be a great person for like cross-questioning someone. Or if it's a hobby, then it could be like you're great at doing some sort of puzzles or something. It's weird the way I'm explaining it, but that's what it is. All right. Mentally, you could be up studying something late, right? Like you're tired physically, mentally, emotionally, like you're exhausted. Okay. Maybe you do need a damn vacation. What is it that you hope and fear here? Well, Page of Pentacles. Maybe you want to try a new skill, learn, you know, be studious, go back to school for something. I don't know what this is trying to say here. Give me one more on that Page of Pentacles. Okay. So because mentally you feel overwhelmed, maybe you want to try a new skill. All right. But again, this is pertaining to the whole Taurus Virgo that I was just speaking about for your reading, being the 6th house and the 10th house. Those houses both speak of work, all right? But it speaks about the energy of every day-to-day work and actual career work, divine life purpose work, where you are meant to persevere within a specific duty for your divine life purpose, all right? That's what I'm trying to say. And with Mercury being in Virgo here with the 10 of Pentacles, right? Coming out overall and where you're meant to shine with what you do for a new project. That's your 10th house energy. All right. Whereas where you have been self-sabotaging, feeling lots of regrets and whatever from the past, it doesn't matter. It may feel that way in the future, but your bag is beautiful. 10 of Pentacles, you have everything. All right. What is the overall for the reading? Again, it's coming through within the Moonology cards speaking about as long as you release the negativity, prosperity lies ahead. That's the way it's saying it. All right. So focus more so on your emotional state, staying grounded, coming out of mental exhaustion, physically being overly exhausted, right? Maybe the need to travel, you know, just kind of giving me that. So overall for the reading, it speaks about the 3 of Swords. It could be separation, heartbreak, loss, or at least a feeling of, but that requires Saturn in Libra, sacrifice, devotion to whatever it is that you're doing. All right. And Libra for you, Sag, would be, if Gemini is in the 7th, then that means Libra is going to be in your 11th house of community, collaborations. Yep, there it is. Aquarius's energy. So from Libra to Aquarius, yes, that's going to be interesting. The 11th through to, is it the 3rd? Yeah. The 11th and the 3rd. Wow. 11th of communities of people, but the 3rd house of communication. So if you're being sacrificing your time, energy, resources, whatever, devoted to whatever that communication is, that's the strategy. That's the strategy. What does the North Node in Pisces overall mean to the reading? It has to do something with whom? Because it's your 4th house. Okay, so North Node in Aries, Spirit said. That is your 5th house. And where you are waiting for your ships to come in pertaining to what a specific hobby is for you. Or making progressions within a specific creative project. Could involve public speaking. As I just mentioned, these two energies being your 11th and 3rd houses. Air element is here heavy. Gemini even, because I see the King of Swords. Alright. It pertains to do with something with communication. Online. Media. Maybe like entertainment, business, music. I'm telling you. Sun in Gemini is out here twice. I know this means like betrayal, but this could be overexhaustion because of this new skill that you're gaining or what you're studying. Alright, because this is what it is in the future for you. You feel like you want to grasp it all together right now because you know what's coming. A personal issue reaches resolution with Cancer's energy. Alright. Again, that has to do with the energy of your transformation and the house of spirituality. Not only of spirituality, but it speaks about your belief systems, philosophy. It speaks about higher knowledge overall. It could be within anything. Alright, the North Node for you in Pisces sits in the 4th house. It could be within psychic abilities, the energy of your intuition, healing inner child, being in the comfort of your own home working. And the fiery climax approaches with Aries energy happening in the 5th house. This could be where it's a specific hobby. When I speak of what's the 5th house speaking about, it's giving me, yes, the North Node in Aries with King of Swords. It pertains to the energy of communication. All right, here's Libra, here's Aquarius, and here's Gemini. These houses are your 3rd house, all right, your 11th house, as well as your 7th house. It's what I'm getting. Your 3rd, your 7th, and your 11th houses. Yeah. Alright, so communication, partnerships, and collaborations with other people that have like-minded ideas. Alright. One more. Spirit said yes. I mean, I've tried to break it down as much as I could. Queen of Cups, when it pertains to the energy of your psychic and intuitive abilities. How else am I supposed to say it? Alright. Let's see if I can get a clarifier with the crystal spirit. Let me just get these guys put away. First reading was for Leo. Now Sag. I wonder if Aries is going to come through so I can finish my, my fire signs. I don't know. I feel like the way Spirit is working lately is almost as if, obviously, they're in control, right? We don't have control over what the destiny looks like. But getting onto the path of at least trying to get there is where Spirit is guiding us. You know what I mean? So, Whether you like it or not, that's what a transformation brings in. It's almost like you're going through it. Get used to it. This is your future. You're meant to go down this path. And if you don't, Spirit will come fuck you up. We spoke about that in my other reading. That reading blew up. It was so crazy because I haven't gotten that much like views on my channel. And that specific video was like... Look at that, already at 542 views, and I was like, really? Like, out of all videos, that one, like, Spirit will come fuck you up. All right, let's just see what we have for Sag. All right, so what is this? Agarine, integrity, solidarity, impeccability, reliability, and consistency. This is giving me like you working in on yourself at this time. All right. There's a heavy focus on you focusing in on yourself. And then Pallas is in your sign, Sag. So it's like you have this asteroid that is there to help you, you know, with your knowledge and your wisdom. All right. You have great placements right now in your chart pertaining to where your air elements, you know, pertain to your knowledge and how you share ideas and collaborations with other people. And if Neptune is a focus, then these people are helping you tap into your psychic abilities. All right. All right. Sodalite. It says intentionality, awareness, and inner knowing and self-confidence, conscious and awakened state, and clear expressions of your intentions. Okay. That's interesting. I'm kind of getting, you're like at beginning stages too. Yeah. And petrified wood. Are you petrified? Patience, timelessness, trust in the universal timing, and going with the flow. I'm telling you. Down at the bottom of the deck, raw Morganite. Sensitive, gentleness, empathy, compassion, the gift of vulnerability, and self-forgiveness. All right. So I'm being pointed out to say self-confidence, self-forgiveness, patience, integrity, consistency, and reliability. That's so Saturn's energy right there. All right. I don't know. Saturn right now is in your 4th house. Okay. So take it as you will. I love you, Sag. See you soon.